But when I was 14, God got a hold of me and basically woke me up. And I was a Christian as a young child. I accepted Christ, but I was just, a typical teenager. And I had a near-death experience when I was 14. I was water skiing, trick skiing, and was doing a helicopter and shattered my right leg. And in doing it, had punctured my right kidney. And I don't know how that happened, but nor did the doctors. But I was in the hospital for about 6 weeks, and I was in traction. And traction is where they put your leg up and put a pin through your leg, and they're pulling your leg apart over time. So, and the way my bones broke, they just shattered. My femur shattered, so I had to be in traction for a long time. And when I was there, part of the deal was my kidney was punctured. I had about a quarter-size hole in my kidney. And was just bleeding. Every time I'd use the bathroom, I would just bleed. And I was losing a lot of blood, so they had to figure out what was going on. And make a long story short, they put iodine in my veins. I don't know if anybody's ever had that test done where they do the iodine contrast or whatever, so they could see what's going on in the x-ray. But anyway, they put it in my veins, and that's when everything went crazy. And I just remember laying there thinking, this doesn't seem right. Something seems wrong. Because I was really, sweating and I couldn't breathe. I just remember trying to, my throat was closing up, and I just felt really funny. And the nurse, I kept saying, am I okay? And she said, yeah, you're fine, you're fine. She was lying to me, but she was trying to make me feel as though I was going to be okay. But anyway, to make a long story short, the iodine in my veins, my heart stopped. And I was out for about 45 minutes back and forth, and then finally they had those things. It's pretty sound. But anyway, they had little shocker deals, defibrillator, I think. They had to do that a couple times and get me back to life. And as a result, I woke up, and the doctor, it was like I said, it was about 45 minutes this thing happened. And the doctor came in and said, son, you were on your deathbed. And when he came in, I never will forget it. He said, God must have a purpose for your life because you shouldn't be here. And, I was 14, and that's when God kind of woke me up. And I realized that, maybe I do have a purpose, maybe I have a calling. And God began to shape it. And I really felt like God had called me to shake up the church. I didn't really know what that meant. Still don't know what it means. But you're about to find out. No, I was going to shake up the church. And like I said, I'm still walking through that and trying to figure that out. And so fast forward, I'm going to do the math here, 18 years. Yeah, I'm that old. 42. But 18 years later, I stand up here, and I'm not sure what that means to this day. But I do know that God has called me to on a journey that has been crazy. And just recently, I've quit. I don't know. I was going to say retired, but that sounds way too sexy. I've quit. I quit working. And I've been very blessed with our business. We moved everything to Nashville. And Heather and I just decided and felt called that we weren't supposed to go to Nashville. We felt like we're supposed to stay here. And I don't know why. All my employees have moved, and everybody's up there. And they're like, so when are you coming? I'm like, I'm not. So, and then to make it even that much more drastic, I guess it was 2 weeks ago, I had decided to just literally take the keys off my key ring and give them to my general manager when I was in Nashville. And scares the crap out of me, to be honest with you. Just not being in the business, because I've been in it for so long. But God has taken me on a journey, and I really don't know what's going to happen. My main objective now is to listen to God and say, okay, God, you wanted me to shake up the church. You've challenged me. And where I got confused over the years is our business. we've worked with 20,000 churches or so over the years, doing the T-shirts and stuff like that. And we have a huge platform because we work with so many churches. And I always envisioned that one day I was going to grab a mic like this and stand up in front of these youth pastors with churches and say, here's how it really is. But that hasn't happened, nor do I think it is going to happen. And I've put all my eggs in one basket to some degree, expecting that to happen. But I really don't feel like that's what God's calling me to. I think God is doing something special in this body. Like I said, we're a bunch of, at least the men, we're all screwed up. I don't know about you women. My wife is perfect, but everybody else is, I'm just trying to get brownie points. But anyway, but I'm on this journey, and I'm really excited about what God's gonna lead me to, and what He's going to teach me. And the one thing that I'll leave you, when I was a youth pastor a long time ago, when I started my business, I was a part-time youth pastor, and I used to tell the story to the teenagers, and the story goes like this. There was this Indian, sounds like a joke, but it's not a joke. Anyway, this Indian, this Jew, no, I'm just this Indian and this man were walking out, these two guys were walking out of this hotel, and they're in New York City, and they walk out to the street, and it's really loud. Taxis and horns and, just the whole thousands of people walking up down the street. They walk out, and the Indian stops and says, "Do you hear that?" And the guy beside him's like, "Hear what?" He said, "Do you hear that cricket?" And the guy's like, "Okay, you're crazy. I don't hear a cricket." He said, "No, I hear a cricket." And so he reaches down. There's a planter outside this hotel that they walked outside. And he reaches down, the Indian reaches down, looks underneath the plant and pulls out this little cricket. And the guy beside him was amazed and said, "That's amazing. How do you do that?" I mean, he said, "Well, it's what your ears are tuned to listen to." And, that's how it is. And he said, "There's no way. You did not hear that cricket." He said, "People will hear what they want to hear and what they listen for." And he said, "I'll give you an example." So the Indian reaches in his pocket, he grabs a bunch of change, and he drops it on the ground. And everybody around him stops because they're listening, because they heard the money fall. And the moral of that story is, is to listen. And really that's the journey I'm on right now, is just to listen, to hear what God has to say. And that's it's boring, because I'm always working, I'm always doing something. And I've dug more holes in my yard, I've planted more stuff, I've mowed more grass, and I don't have anything to do. But God wants to show me something. So I challenge you guys to listen for God and to listen to His voice. And I think when I know it'll be right is when the Lord speaks to me, and Heather and I were talking about this yesterday, but when the Lord speaks to you and you just go do something in faith. If God says, "Hey, I want you to go hug this person," or, "Hey, I want you to go, encourage this person," or, whatever it may be, that's to me, that'll be when I know I'm where I need to be, is when I act upon that cricket, so to speak. So the other day, just to show you how this is now my life, Heather, I just got this new phone. That was part of my deal. I had to give up my old cell phone and what else? I got my email and all that junk. So I had to get a new cell phone, and I can't see where. But Heather did this the other day for my cell phone. I thought it was pretty cool. Let's see. I thought that was good. Very creative, huh? Obviously, we don't have enough to do, but we. But anyway, once again, I'm excited about the journey we're on. I'm excited about Fridays at 7. Not crazy about waking up that early, since I don't have to. But it's been great. It has been great. And if you guys, those of you that haven't been able to come, Friday mornings at 7, we just get around the table and we talk about how screwed up we are. So it's not good.